Welcome to the Oak Ridges Corridor Conservation Reserve. This property is located in Richmond Hill and is situated on the Oak Ridges Moraine. The Oak Ridges Moraine is an environmentally sensitive landform that stretches 160 kilometers across southern Ontario. Only 2% of the Oak Ridges Moraine is covered in wetlands, but this area in Richmond Hill is unique. There is a high concentration of kettle lakes, Lake Wilcox in St. George, Bond, Phillips, Swan, and Hayes Lake. And these kettle lakes are surrounded by many diverse kettle wetlands. These communities of wetlands are referred to as wetland complexes. The Oak Ridges Corridor Conservation Reserve contains parts of 2 provincially significant wetland complexes. These are high-quality ecosystems that support both locally and regionally rare plant and wildlife species in the Toronto region. But what exactly are wetlands? They are areas of wet land where the water table is at or close to the surface. The plant communities are made up of water-loving and water-tolerant plants. Many wetlands are permanently covered in water, while others flood on a seasonal basis. Wetlands are among the most productive ecosystems on Earth. Many species of birds, fish, and amphibians rely on them for food, water, and shelter, especially during migration and breeding. But wetlands also provide a range of benefits to humans. This concept is known as ecosystem services, the idea that the natural environment provides services or benefits to humans. Wetlands help mitigate climate change by capturing and storing atmospheric carbon in plants and soils. But wetlands are especially important in the face of extreme weather caused by climate change. Wetlands act like sponges, holding water and slowly releasing it. During heavy rain events, wetlands capture water and reduce high flows. This protects our homes and infrastructure from flooding and erosion. During dry periods, wetlands slowly release water to recharge or replenish groundwater systems. This, in turn, feeds rivers, lakes, and wells, where we access our drinking water. Wetlands are also excellent filters and improve water quality. The rainwater running off our roads and parking lots pick up pollutants like road salt, car fluids, pet waste, and more. Wetland plants help remove sediment, absorb nutrients, and can change some chemicals into less harmful forms. So we can look at wetlands for their economic value, acting as natural infrastructure to complement our more traditional gray infrastructure. And how about the recreational value? As biodiversity hotspots, they are wonderful places for birdwatching and quiet connection to nature. However, these valuable ecosystems are at risk. Historically, the Southern Ontario landscape had an abundance of wetlands. With the growth of agriculture and land development, this has changed dramatically. The Toronto area alone has lost more than 85% of its original wetlands. Wetlands and the surrounding habitats in the Oak Ridges Corridor Conservation Reserve have been protected. However, these wetlands, along with others protected across the Toronto region, face increased risk as the region continues to urbanize. As wetlands receive contaminants like road salt and car fluids from the surrounding landscape, more sensitive plants and animals can be lost. As biodiversity declines in a wetland, so can productivity and function. These stresses can also make wetlands more vulnerable to the establishment and spread of invasive plants. Phragmites, or European common reed, is a perennial grass that thrives in wet environments. Because of its height and its distinctive fluffy seed heads, Phragmites is easy to spot. It is salt-tolerant and grows quickly. It can form dense stands that can crowd out native vegetation, like cattails, and can even lower water levels in wetlands. TRCA continues to monitor regional wetlands and the surrounding landscape to assess water quality and quantity, as well as wildlife and plants. In 2021, TRCA published updated regional conservation scores and ranks for flora, fauna, and vegetation communities. This proactive approach is designed to alert conservation managers to potential local species declines and losses in the future. The long-term scientific data and research collected inform our decisions in watershed plans and restoration projects. You can learn more about the health of the Toronto region by visiting our online Watershed and Ecosystems Reporting Hub. TRCA also restores wetlands on sites like former agricultural fields. In 2021, TRCA completed a restoration project in the Oak Ridges Corridor Conservation Reserve. The project includes 4 wetland locations that will capitalize on seasonal flows and existing drainage patterns. The wetlands are designed to dry up seasonally in mid to late summer, which is an important factor in breeding for many amphibians. Today, Ontario is home to 24% of Canada's wetlands and 6% of the world's wetlands. These are unique and crucial ecosystems that we need to protect. When hiking in the Oak Ridges Corridor Conservation Reserve, always stay on designated trails and keep pets on a leash. Leaving trails or entering areas containing invasive plants like Phragmites can encourage the spread. You can also learn to identify and manage invasive plants on your own property. Collect invasive plants in garbage bags and send them to landfill for disposal. Backyard composters and even many composting facilities don't have high enough temperatures to kill the plant fragments and seeds. To learn more about how to best remove different invasive species on your property, visit the Ontario Invasive Plant Council. Another action is to create natural systems on your property to capture stormwater and filter out pollutants. Reduce or replace your lawn with native plant gardens or a tree, or try a rain garden to create both a functional and beautiful space. Lastly, help spread the word about wetlands as green infrastructure, providing us economic, environmental, health, and social benefits. Visit trca.ca to learn more about wetland monitoring, restoration projects, and trails in the Oak Ridges Corridor Conservation Reserve.